Alright, today we're going to be fighting the Price of Silence, but first, let's go over the decks. I have a standard Concentrated Fire Mio deck with 3 Graze de Grass, 2 Leap, 3 Concentrated Fire in a Savage mode. For passives, I have Wedge, Battle Ready, Mind Hauler. You only get 3 passive slots for Mio, so couldn't fit anything else in. Esther, Graze de Grass, Extract Fuel, Multi-Slash, Fleet Edge, Somber Procuration, Repressed Flesh, Will of the Prescript, Emotional Turbulence, and Castigation. For passives, I have Fervor, Wedge, and Mind Hauler. Next is Lowell with Public Blockade, Graze de Grass, Multi-Slash, Creek, Somber Procuration, Automated Movement, Repressed Flesh, Will of the Prescript, and Emotional Turbulence. And for passives, I have High Level Acrobatics, Lion's Fist, and Mind Hauler. And then finally, we have Nikolai Uppsala Enablers with Energy Cycle, Graze de Grass, Multi-Slash, Somber Procuration, Bulky Impact, Quick Suppression, Will of the Prescript, Battle Command, and Concentration. For passives, I have Maximum Crash, Bionic Charge Synchronized Hull, and Mind Hauler. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, I'm doing this part of the voiceover and post-production since I can't really focus on talking and selecting these pages at the same time. The gimmick of this fight is that once you start the scene, that is, press space for the first time each scene, you'll only have 30 seconds to select your pages, noted by the clock in the middle of the screen. This boss will summon 1 remnant of time each scene for 12 scenes, and they only have 2 pages, which they'll be casting 1 of each every scene. The first one is Backlash of Time, which is a 5 to 8 pierce, 3 to 7 block, 3 to 7 evade. This one isn't too hard to beat as its only offensive die is on 1, but I'll be going a bit more in depth as to the strategies you might employ in a bit. The other page is Torrent of Hours, which is a 3 to 8, 3 to 9 slash, and then a 3 to 7 block. This one is a bit more threatening as there are 2 offensive dice. The secondary gimmick of this fight is that the remnants will have either a red or a yellow buff, and it can switch between scenes, so be sure to note down which one it has before you start the timer. The red buff gives the enemy +3 power when free hitting, and the yellow one gives +3 power when clashing. When it's red, you just clash into pages like normal. None of them are extremely hard to clash into, and you should be able to win with your 3-cost bombs or 2-cost value pages. When it's yellow, however, I'd recommend clashing into Backlash of Time with a Repressed Flesh, as you absorb the offensive dice with your block die, and reduce the power of the block by 3 so it's a net neutral, and the evade die doesn't matter too much. While letting Torrent of Hours free hit might seem scary, we have Mind Hauler on all of the librarians, so they shouldn't get staggered. The main goal of this fight is to kill the remnants of time the scene they spawn in, as then you only need to deal with them one at a time. As you can see on this run, I didn't accomplish that in the early stages and have to split my damage, but it's pretty reasonable to be able to kill the first one on the first scene, the second one on the second scene, etc. But if not, we have a few tricks up our sleeves. Esther's Castigation can clash into Backlash of Time quite effectively, and can sometimes immediately stagger them if you roll high and the enemy isn't pierce injured. One note for deck building is that I'd advise you against using charge decks or any deck that uses a secondary resource, as it adds more mental load when you're gonna do the fight. I still use charge pages since I'm confident in my abilities and I like charge, but it definitely made me spend a few extra seconds each scene thinking about my charge generation. Uppsala Enablers, of course, is something that you can and probably should run on your Nikolai in this fight, as the extra damage from Maximum Crash is really great. After you've beaten the 12th remnant of time, the Price of Silence will become staggered and you'll be able to kill it easily. As long as you're managing your clashes, you'll eventually have enough dice to be able to easily kill them in a single scene, and from there the rest of the fight is super easy. After defeating the Price of Silence, you'll get access to these Abnormality pages. Time is a strong page if you can use it. It gives you the same 30-second restriction as the fight, but it also gives all librarians between 1 and 2 power to all dice. Obviously, if you can make your decisions in 30 seconds, then it's great, but especially in long fights where you might end up with 20 dice, it can be hard to even fill all of the slots in 30 seconds. The next page is the 13th Toll. This makes every 13th combat page of the selected librarian gain between 1 and 2 power. Additionally, it'll deal % max HP damage equal to the modified value of the dice. This page has the potential to be very strong, as it can deal huge chunks of damage, but it takes a while for it to trigger, and so especially in short receptions, you might not even get a single trigger from it. The last page is Silence. This adds 2 combat pages to the selected librarian's hand. The first one is Silence, which on play will make the librarian take 15% of their max HP as damage to lower the speed of every other character by 5. It'll also add Amplify, which on play makes the librarian take 10% of their max HP as damage to increase their speed by 5. I'm not sure how good this page is, as the effect is mostly symmetrical, so I'd personally avoid it, but it could see some use if you have Mia's prowess on one of your librarians. In the next video, we'll be taking on Hakuma's next abnormality, Blue Star. I'll see you soon, and as always, thank you for watching.